It's a library.
Very nice. Tell me everything you see in this library.
Right now, I'm looking at a tapestry,
Yes.
and it's very large. It goes from floor to ceiling, and it's purple.
Do you notice anything on the tapestry besides the purple?
And yeah, it's got a very sort of delicate, intricate weaving to it, pattern to it.
Yes. What do you notice besides the tapestry? Look around you.
There's marble on the floor,
What color is this marble?
white, marbled.
Yes. And as you look at the floor, notice your own body standing on this floor. What do your feet look like there?
I don't have any feet.
So notice your consciousness, the one in this library. Do you sense that you're male or female?
I can't tell if I have a gender.
Okay, very good. So in this place, in this library, what do you notice first?
It's a long hall
Yes, keep going.
and really tall ceilings.
Yes. Tell me more about this place.
Trying to figure out where I am.
What's the first thing that comes into your mind?
School.
Very good. Very good. Is this your school?
No,
So what might be the purpose that you're in this school?
I'm in this school to learn.
Very good. So I'd like for you to advance to the moment in which you are learning. I'll help you with this. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I go to number 3, let's see what it is that you're learning. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
So I'm sitting down at a desk
Yes.
and I have a book in front of me.
Describe this book for me.
It doesn't have words, it has images.
What images do you see?
I'm kind of standing back from the book and it's like it's swirling and changing.
Yes.
So it's dynamic,
Very
kind of
good.
like kind of like a TV screen.
So how do you acquire the knowledge from this book?
You just know.
Very good. So I'd like for you to even get closer to this book
Okay.
and begin to receive the knowledge from this book. What comes to your mind when you receive this knowledge?
I see a mountain.
Very good. Keep going.
And the mountains in the distance.
Yes.
And I feel very drawn to the mountain.
Very good. So as you're being drawn to this mountain, are you there with the mountain? Or are you still in the library?
No, I'm not in the library.
All right. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and I'd like for you to just follow this feeling of moving towards that mountain. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
I'm on a path and I'm walking towards the mountain.
Yes. And as you're walking on this path, do you have a body?
I don't know.
Look down at the path and see if you notice any feet.
I don't notice feet.
Very good. So keep walking. What is it that you need to see at this mountain?
It's very barren.
Yes.
There's not a lot of vegetation. But it's a very majestic mountain.
Connect with your feelings. What do you feel as you're walking towards the mountain?
I have a sense of apprehension.
Yes. Keep going. Tell me more about this.
It just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. Keep going.
But I still feel like I should walk towards the mountain.
Very good. Keep going. What happens next? Yes.
Water.
What kind of water do you see?
Like a lake.
Yes. Keep going.
So I'm just looking into the lake, into the water.
Yes.
And the waves.
Yes. Tell me more.
I'm trying to see my reflection.
So I don't want you to try to see. I want you to just know. If you knew, even if you think you're making it up, what is this body that's looking in? What do you imagine to look like without seeing your reflection?
I have antenna.
Good. Tell me more.
And they see through the antenna.
Yes. So your vision is through the antenna? Very good. What does the rest of you feel like? Notice the size. Are you tall or small?
I'm average.
Yes.
And I have a round head. Ants keeps coming to mind.
Yes. Do you feel that you have a body of an ant?
No, just my head.
Just your head. Very good. What's the rest of you look like?
Mhm. It's like a normal body.
Are we talking about a humanoid body?
Yeah, I have hands and feet.
Look at your hands. What do they look like?
They're dark red.
Yes. Do you have any appendages on that hand? Any fingers?
Oh yeah, I have five fingers.
Yes. Look at your arms. What are your arms like?
Uh, they're they bend just like normal arms.
Are they also dark red?
They are.
And feel your arms. What do they feel like? Are they smooth? Are they rough?
They're smooth.
Yes.
Don't know hair,
No hair.
really.
Yes. What does your face look like? Notice your eyes.
So my eyes are on the antenna.
Okay. Notice your
And
mouth.
I, yeah, I have a round mouth.
Yes. What else do you notice?
Seems hard. Like, not like skin that's soft, but like, yeah.
So your body seems more of a hard, like a shell type of a
Hmm.
thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Notice how it is that you're walking. Look at the bottom of your body.
I've been just at the lake or whatever looking at me. I, I walk like normal.
Okay, very good. Are your legs also dark red or a different color?
Dark red.
And what do your feet look like?
Um, kind of like horse feet, like hooves.
Yes. Very good. Very good. So, what is going on around this lake? Why do you feel this apprehension?
I have apprehension towards the mountain, but by the lake, I'm just relaxing.
Yes. All right. Are there any others like you around, or are you the only one there?
By myself.
Very good. So let's move to another scene where more is happening, where you could understand what this mountain is all about. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I want you to advance to the next important scene. 1, closing the scene now. 2 and 3. You're there. What's happening?
I'm in my home.
Yes.
Like a living room.
Mm-hmm. Where is this home?
It kind of feels like a cave.
Okay, very good. What's inside
Like
of this home?
tucked
Yes. Mm-hmm.
tucked away.
Tucked away. Very good.
And it's got unusual walls. It's not like square.
Mm-hmm. Describe this for me. What does this mean, unusual?
I feel like if you were on the inside of a tomato and you were looking around.
Mm-hmm. So is there texture?
There is, and the walls are sort of ribbed, if that makes sense.
Yes. Tell me more.
I don't really see any furniture.
Mm-hmm. Are there any others there that live with you?
Child.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
Can't see the child. I just know there's a child there.
Okay. Is this your child?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. So I'd like for you to advance a little bit more and tell me what the importance is of your home and your family.
We feel safe here.
Mm-hmm. Notice how many are there. Just know the number in your mind. How many there are there that live with you?
There were three, but now there's just me and the child.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And what is your responsibility with this child?
I take care of the child.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a gender?
Male.
Male. Very good. Anything else there that's important for you to understand?
Oh, there's a window and it's very bright blue outside.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about that.
Just the house seems kind of dark. So it's very bright outside.
Very good. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and I want you to advance now to the next thing in this lifetime that has affected you. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
Outside.
Mm-hmm. Yes, tell me more.
It's very blue.
Mm-hmm. What's happening? Yes.
Nothing's really happening. I'm just looking around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting.
What is it that you're waiting for?
Waiting for the child.
Mm-hmm. Where is the child now?
School comes to mind.
Very good. Very good. So advance a little bit more. Tell me what happens next.
Child isn't coming.
Yes, tell me more.
Child's late.
Yes.
I don't know where the child is.
So I want you to notice your emotions right now as this child is not coming.
I'm worried.
Yes, continue.
I have a pit in my stomach.
Yes,
Something's wrong.
very good. So I want you to advance now to the point in which you understand what is happening. I'm going to count from 1 to 3 and you'll be there. 1, 2, and 3.
I've been looking for the child and I can't find the child.
Yes.
I'm thinking I need to ask for help.
So what happens next?
I decided I need to ask for help.
Who do you ask for help when you need it?
I have a friend.
Yes.
They look different than me.
Tell me more about that.
I just see yellow.
Yes. Notice the connection that you have with this other being.
They make me happy.
So what happens next after you ask for help?
I feel heavy. My
Yes. What's happened that you
like
feel heavy?
I feel pressure on my head.
If you knew, what is that pressure?
I think the child's gone.
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to see the child again. I'm sad.
We're going to go back to before this all happened, before you lost this child, and we'll find out what actually occurred. And you're going to see it more in details. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll be before this happened, so you understand the story. 1, 2, and 3. Notice where you are now.
I just feel so much dread.
Yes. What's happening that you're feeling this dread?
I feel like the child was taken.
Yes. And if you knew, who has taken this child?
Reptilian pops into my mind.
Yeah, so you'll understand this a little bit more, and you'll be able to see this from a different perspective. What's happened?
There's a contract between the child and the reptilian.
Yes.
The child was only supposed to be with me for a little bit.
Yes, keep going.
I'm sad.
So I want you to notice how this is affecting now the life of Kati, knowing that others have been taken from Kati's life, the sadness. I want you to follow this sadness now. And notice when this has happened in Kati's life. I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and I want you to follow that sadness into Kati's life when something was taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What is this memory?
Sad when I lose people.
Yes.
I always know what's going to happen.
So I want you to go back to the first time you've ever lost anyone. When you felt this in the apprehension, the sadness, I want you to go back, follow this feeling of sadness, intensify it. If you knew, how old are you in this memory?
It was my grade school friend, Amanda.
Yes. What's happening?
She's very supportive and a cheerleader.
What happens next?
I just know it's time for us to go our separate ways.
Notice how that's feeling inside of your stomach.
Yeah, I dread it. It's almost like a stabbing.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And I want you to talk to Amanda. 1, 2, and 3. Tell Amanda how you're feeling.
I miss our friendship.
Switch. Amanda, what do you say back about this friendship that you have?
I miss you too.
So I want you to notice, Amanda, when you left, did you take anything as you left this friendship? Was there any energy that you took?
Well, you always take a piece of the person with you.
Yes. Switch. Kati, notice this piece that Amanda took from you. Where was this piece? Feel it in your body.
In the heart.
Very good. So now that Amanda has left, I want you to tell Amanda how you feel about her. You could tell her how much you care about her. Tell her everything you need to tell her. Tell her out loud. She could hear you.
Yeah, we were just such good friends and we spent so much time together, and I miss that.
Switch. Amanda, what do you say back?
I had other things to do.
Very good. Switch. Kati, I want you now to ask Amanda to give you back that part of you that she took,
Okay.
because this was part of your energy that in this friendship, when she left, she took that part. I want you to ask for that energy back.
Okay.
Go ahead and ask her for your energy.
Amanda, can I please have that back?
And I want you to open up your arms and receive that energy now. Receive that energy. And feel that energy coming back to you. And
It's like
notice,
a it's like a puzzle piece.
very good, very good. And now that that piece of your energy is back, I want you to notice if you took any of Amanda's energy.
I don't feel like it.
Okay, very good. So I want you to notice now how that heart feels.
It's patched.
It's patched, very good. So now I want you to do a scan on your body and notice how your body is feeling now.
Feet.
Tell me more.
I see like an arm, like a octopus arm.
Where do you see this octopus arm?
It's wiggled in my foot.
Yes. What else do you notice about it?
Moves.
Do you feel that this octopus arm belongs to you? Or is it something else?
No.
All right. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And as I count, I want you to bring that octopus arm up so we could speak with it. I want you to give this octopus your voice so I could speak to it. 1, 2, and 3. Octopus, are you male or female?
I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, I know you don't want to talk to me, but you're here. And unfortunately for you,
I
this
know
is a
what you're here to
session.
do.
What am I here to do?
I don't want to go.
Okay, well, you don't have to go, but we could talk for a little bit. I want to find out how it is that you got there in her feet.
I found her.
How did you find her? How old was she?
5.
5. So, Octopus, how is it that at 5 years old you were able to find her? What was going on with her?
She's sad.
What was she sad about?
There's just a lot going on in her life. There's a lot of turmoil.
Yes. And you know, Octopus, in order for people to get together, they have to have a similar vibration. So if she was sad, it must have matched your vibration. What were you so sad about?
My foot?
Your foot. What happened to your foot? What happened?
Explosion?
Oh my, what happened in this explosion, Octopus?
I stepped on something.
You did. Where was this explosion?
I was walking and it just blew up.
Yes, yes. And notice what your foot looked like while you were before you stepped on it. Did it look like an octopus?
No, I was in the military.
You were in the military. Okay. What year was this?
45?
1945. And what did they call you? What was your name?
I was 38.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What is the name that you go by? Mm-hmm.
Brad?
Brad. Does that sound right when I say it, Brad?
Yeah.
Very good. So, Brad, notice what happened right before you stepped on that. Where were you?
I was walking through a field.
Yes. Were you by yourself or were you with others?
It's in a war.
I was in a war. Very good. So, Brad, I want you to see this moment by moment, almost as it was freeze frame. As you step on this, what is the thing that you feel in your foot as you step on it?
A really sharp pain.
A sharp pain. Very good. And if you describe this sharp pain, what would it be like?
Oh, it's like the a trigger penetrated into my foot.
Very good. So, Brad, what happened? I want you to see this in slow motion. As this triggered it, what happened first? What did you first sense?
The click.
The click. And then what happened?
And then it went off.
Yes. And as it went off, I want you to feel what your leg felt like when it felt this explosion with all of this shrapnel inside. Notice that.
I just couldn't feel it anymore.
You couldn't feel it anymore. So when you couldn't feel your leg anymore, notice what the rest of the body felt like when you no longer felt that foot. Notice how your heart reacted.
My stomach hurt.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And notice your lungs and your breathing. What happened afterwards?
I died.
Mm-hmm. But before you died, Brad, what was the last thought that brain thought about?
I was afraid.
Mm-hmm. Notice what
I didn't
was.
want to die.
Yeah, I didn't want to die. Very good. Did you have anybody left behind, Brad?
I had a family.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, Brad, after your body died, what happened to your soul?
I stood there for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
I couldn't figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very sad, isn't it, Brad? So notice what happened. Where did your soul go?
Nowhere.
Mm-hmm. So how is it that you found Katie?
She kind of reminded me of my daughter.
Very good. Very good. So what was the first intention of you connecting with her?
Just wanted to comfort her.
Okay, very good. But Brad, what happened as you stayed there with Katie? What did she feel from you?
Pain in the foot.
Mm-hmm. Did she feel any other pain in her knees or her legs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, even though you tried to comfort this child, this pain of your own death was now on Katie. Do you think that's right?
I didn't intend to hurt her.
And you didn't intend to hurt yourself either. So,
No.
Brett, let's do something. We need to first start by repairing yourself. I want you to go back to that body. And I want you to see where your soul was when that foot exploded. Where was your soul when that happened?
I was above my body.
Yes. There's a little light that is connected to Creator, the one that created your soul. I want you to find that light and tell me when you experience it.
In my heart.
Very good. Now expand that light out, Brad. Expand it out to where you're just a shining light. You're doing great, Brad. And now, Brad, you can go back to that body and use that light to begin to repair your leg, your foot, and put it into one piece. And tell me what happens when that body feels whole again.
I can feel again.
Beautiful. So I want you to retrieve all of your energy from that place. All of that energy that was shattered when your leg shattered. I want you to feel like you're one piece, one soul again. Tell me how that feels, Brad.
Feels good.
Feels good, very good. So now I'd like for you to look within that light and see if you recognize anyone there waiting for you.
My wife and my child.
Beautiful. What do they tell you, Brad?
My wife hugs me.
Beautiful. But Brad, when I first met you here, you were pretty, I guess, resentful about all of this. Notice how you've been affecting Katie with that attitude. What would you like to tell her?
I'm sorry.
Katie, what do you say to Brad? Are you ready to release him now?
I am.
Can you forgive him for not knowing?
Yes.
So I want you to go ahead and begin to find all of his energy and begin releasing that energy. I want you to just imagine what it feels like to release all of that energy. And Brad, I want you to pull that energy out of her body. And now that you are light, you could tell if there are any other energies that are there with her. How does her body look?
Chest.
Is there an energy in her chest?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. So before you go, I want you to talk to that energy. What would you like to say to that energy?
I feel better now.
You feel better now. Very good. So, Brad, I'd like for you to go ahead and go with your wife and your child into the light. And may the light of the universe always accompany you. Thank you for working with me today. And now, Katie, I want you to close that portal down. And I want you to come up with a color that represents healing for you, for that foot, for that leg. What color is that?
Gold.
Beautiful. So I'm going to strike a tuning fork, and I want you to visualize that leg, that foot, completely healing, intact. Feel that golden light spreading through every cell. No longer feeling the pin of the explosive. Feeling your toes beginning to move, going back into position. Feeling your legs, your knees now whole and complete. Imagine that gold lubricating that area, being able to be very flexible, whole and complete. Very good. How does that feel?
Feels good.
Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to scan your body. And let's focus in on what Brad was telling us in your chest. What is that?
Heavy.
Heavy. And if you knew this heavy thing on your chest, does it have any type of other feeling associated with it? Notice if this heavy feeling belongs to you or someone else.
Dread.
Dread. Very good. So I want you to follow that, and I want you to intensify that dread. And I want you to know if that dread is yours or somebody else's. As I count from 1 to 5, intensify the dread. 1. Where are you when you're feeling this dread?
I feel an attachment.
Attachment, very good.
I feel attached. That's probably a better word.
A what?
I feel attached.
Attached, very good. So I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, give that attached dread a voice. 1, 2, and 3. You there, what are you feeling so dreadful about?
I'm afraid.
What is it that you're afraid of? Yes, what are you afraid of?
Don't want to talk about it.
I know you don't want to talk about it. But like with Brad, since you're here with her, you're part of the conversation. And all I want to do is help you. Are you male or female?
Female.
Female. How old are you?
17.
17. What do they call you?
Sarah.
Sarah. Very good. Sarah, what happened to your body?
I was pierced in the heart.
Yes. What were you pierced in the heart with?
A sword.
What year is this?
1738.
Okay. Sarah, where were you that you were pierced in the heart?
I was in a town.
What happened?
This guy stabbed me in the heart
Okay.
with a sword.
Did this guy know you?
He had armor on.
Okay. So was he some type of a soldier?
Yes.
Yes, very good. So, Sarah, what I'm going to do is let's find out more about your story and see how it is that this happened. I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and I want you to go to the moment before this all began to see who this was and why you were stabbed. 3, 2, and 1. Where are you, Sarah?
I'm in the market
Yes.
and I took something.
What did you take, Sarah?
Some food.
Yes. What happened after you took that food? Did somebody find out?
A soldier saw me.
Yes. What happened next?
Tried to run away.
Yes. Keep going.
They caught me.
What happened?
Put me in the dungeon.
Yes. Notice what condition you're in when you're in this dungeon.
It's very dark and damp.
Yes. Notice how your lungs are being affected by this.
I just need to get out of here.
Yes. What happens next?
They won't put me on trial.
So what happens, Sarah?
Guy stabbed me.
So, Sarah, I want you at this moment to feel this sword going through your chest. And I want you to notice how that affects your lungs. How it affects your heart. How it affects your body as this body begins to die. And I want you to go to the last moment when this body is alive. And what is the thought that you have? What's the last thought that you think in that brain?
I was just hungry.
Yes. Yes.
What do you mean for all this to happen?
So, what happened to your soul? Why did it go to the light after it died? Where'd you go?
I wandered around for a while.
Yes. How did you find Katie?
We are the same age.
Yes. Yes. What other things made you compatible to her?
She just reminded me of me.
So, Sarah, What symptoms and issues has Katie had because you have been attached to her energetic field?
She's hungry.
Yes. Are you making her hungry?
Yes.
What else do you affect her with?
Make her heart heavy.
How has that affected her life?
I don't want her to trust people.
So have you affected her relations? Have you affected the people that she's around? Notice what are the things that she doesn't trust.
Men.
Yes. Do you feel she's going to be stabbed?
Yes.
But you see, Sarah, you've never been able to rest after this. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to go home and finally find that love? Where you don't have to be hungry anymore. Where you don't have to feel that pain.
I'm good right here.
Would you like to try something and see how it feels? You don't have to go anywhere. I just want you to try it on. Would you like to see what home is like?
Okay.
Okay. So Sarah, deep within you, where you have this pain in your heart, there is a light there. This is the light that created you. I want you to find that heart now, that light. And tell me what it feels like as you expand that light within you.
Sparkler.
Make it even bigger. Notice what happens. Make it even bigger, Sarah. Envelop yourself in that light. Breathe it in. How does that feel?
Got my power back.
Yes. Because you see, you've always been connected to Creator. That's where your power comes from. So Sarah, let's do something very interesting. Now that you have your power back, I want you to go back to that soldier that caught you. And I want you to tell that soldier everything that's on your mind about how he treated you. Go ahead, talk to him.
I don't know why he stabbed me. He was just hungry.
Yes. So Sarah, I want you to look into his eyes. And I want you to notice if you know that soul from another lifetime. Do you recognize him?
Frank.
What was your relationship with him in a different lifetime?
He's my husband.
Yes. How did you treat Frank?
I shut him out.
So, Sarah, can you understand now what the karma was all about?
Mm-hmm.
Can you forgive yourself, Sarah, for spending all this time without realizing that you were just playing a role? You were balancing out your karma for what you did to your husband. Can you forgive yourself?
Yes.
Are you ready to go home now?
Yes.
Very good. What would you like to say to Katie?
I'm really sorry.
Katie, what do you say back?
Good luck to you.
Very good. So, Katie, I want you to go ahead and begin to pull all that energy out of your energetic field. Notice where it is. And Sarah, begin to release the energy from Katie's body, her vibrational field. And I want you to begin following that light. And tell me if there's anybody there waiting for you, Sarah.
Frank.
Very good. What does he tell you?
He'd tell Amy.
Very good. Sarah, may the light of the universe always accompany you. Thank you for working with me today. And now, Katie, close that portal down. And I want you to notice all of the areas in which in which Sarah was affecting you. And I want you to tell me what it feels like to not have her energetic field around you.
Not so heavy.
So let's fill that space now with something. What color would you like to fill that with?
Gold.
So this time I want you to go ahead and come up with something that fills that space. Maybe happiness. What would you like to use that gold to filter in?
Love and trust.
Beautiful. Here we go. Breathe it in. Love and trust. As the gold seals that area. Understand that this is your life now. You're in control. And the gold now can go through your system. No longer feeling that hunger. No longer feeling that dread. Feeling peace. Very good. So do a scan of your body now. Tell me how that feels.
Back.
Focus on the back. And I want you to begin to feel the pain in that lower back. And as I count from 1 to 5, I want you to intensify the pain. And begin to imagine what it looks like, feels like, and where you are. 1, intensify the feeling of the pain. 2, 3, make it stronger now. 4, beginning to get the pictures in your mind. And 5, this pain feels like what? If you knew.
It's like a bar.
Keep going.
A rod.
Yes, keep going. Keep making it stronger. Where do you feel that rod?
In the middle. In it.
Yes. What's this rod made out of?
Metal.
Metal. And when you are feeling this metal rod, where are you? Even if you think you're making it up, what does it feel like to you?
I I
Yes.
don't know. I don't know where I am, but
If you knew, if you knew, if you knew where this metal rod was in your back, where would you be?
lower back.
Yes. Notice what position that rod is in.
Doesn't move.
Doesn't move. And notice what's at the other end of that rod. What's at the other end?
It goes from hip to hip.
Yes. Tell me more. Notice the body that is carrying this metal rod. What does this body look like?
It must bend to me.
Hmm?
It must bend to me.
It must bend to you. Tell me more. Tell me more about how this rod got there. Let's go back in time. I'm going to count from 3 to 1. Let's see when that rod was placed there. 3, 2, and 1. Where are you?
I
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Yes.
I hurt my back.
I hurt my back. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, keep going. How old are you there?
9.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's painful to sit down.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Keep going.
So the rod is to help me, is to help fix it.
Yes. And I want you to notice, I want you to use a time lapse. And notice how that rod is helping you fix that back. Notice what's happening to your body, your spine.
It it's trying to grow around it.
Yes. And what happens when your body is growing around this rod?
Well, the the rod is meant for a child.
Yes. Keep going.
She's not a child.
Yes. So I want you to notice what's happened as this body has begun to grow with this rod. I want you to see it in your mind's eye. What has happened?
It's just not in the it's not in the right place.
Not in the right place. Very good. So if it's not in the right place, I want you to notice what it's doing.
It's irritating everything.
All right, very good. So we're going to do something very interesting now. I want you to just begin to focus your attention on all of the area that is irritated. And I want you to begin to speak to those cells. And we're going to explain to those cells that we're going to make a little adjustment. So I'd like for you to go ahead and prepare your body now and just talk to those cells. What do you want to tell them?
All right, back in hip cells. Need to make a change.
All right. And I want you to make sure that those cells are not upset, they're not scared, because once you tell your body what you're going to do, we can begin to adjust. So I want you to begin to see that rod, and I want you to see that spine exactly as you need it to see, in the most perfect condition. And we're going to begin to use sound, a very high-pitched sound, in order to begin to move and release that irritation from those muscles, from those organs, from that spine. And we're going to use your intention and the sound to adjust that back. Let's begin now. Begin to do surgery on your back as you begin to adjust it mentally. Let's continue to adjust it. See it coming into place now. And tell me what's happening in your mind. What do you vision?
Shrinking up the rod.
Very good. Keep going.
And just sort of returning everything to normal.
Feel the irritation beginning to smooth away. Keep focusing your attention. Notice the spine beginning to ease up a little bit now. And tell me when you feel that this has completely gone back into place. One sound adjusts and the other one puts it back.
I think this is going to take some time, but
Very good. So I want you to just set the intention now that while this body is sleeping, that the spine begins to grow back in its proper place, its proper alignment. And I want you to set an intention that you'll begin to move this body and begin to use whatever it is that you need to strengthen your back. This is your body. You are the priestess of this temple. Every cell bows down to you. And tell me how that's feeling now.
Better.
Very good. Very good. So now I'd like for you to focus on the allergies, on the eczema, on the blisters, the hands and feet, the peeling. And as I count from 1 to 5, I want you to go back to a time in which you've had this before. 1, beginning to travel now through time, space. 2, seeing the blisters on your hands and feet, the peeling. 3, going back now. 4 and 5. What's the first thing you notice?
Chemicals.
Tell me about that. Where are these chemicals?
In the skin.
Is this the same body that you have now? Notice what body has this. Is it male or female? Look at the hands. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Smoke.
Yes. What's happening? Where are you with the smoke?
There's smoke everywhere.
Yes. What's causing the smoke?
I can't see. It's just everywhere.
Yes. So as you're seeing the smoke, I want you to feel how that is affecting you.
Makes my lungs burn.
Notice when you breathe, what organs are affected.
Yeah, my chest is burning.
Yes. Keep going. Notice your eyes.
Yeah, I shut them and I can't see anyway.
You can't see. Notice your hands and feet. What's happening to them?
They're itchy.
Yes. And when you're feeling the smoke, are you indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
Indoors. What is this place? If you knew.
A building.
Yes. And in this building, what happens in this building? Is this a home or a place of work?
I think there's a fire.
The fire. Yes. It's a fire in the building. Yes. Are you in this building?
Yes.
Yes. So notice what happens as you're in this smoke. What happens to this body?
Just itchy.
Yes. Continue. What happens next?
Can't figure out how to get out.
And when you can't figure out how to get out, what happens?
Just trying to get out.
Yes.
Crawling. I'm crawling.
Yes. And notice how your hands feel as you're crawling.
Yeah, they hurt.
Yes. Keep going. What happens next?
I don't get out.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So we're going to do something interesting. We're going to go back to before this smoke happened, and we're going to go through this entire thing once again. But this time, I want you to almost see it in a freeze frame mode where you are experiencing every bit of it so we can get more information. I'm
Okay.
going to count from 1 to 5. When I get to number 5, we'll be there the first time you notice the smoke. 1, 2, 3, more profound now, 4, and 5. You're there. What's happening?
I'm sitting on a couch
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and I smell smoke.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And notice this body that's sitting on the couch. Are you male or female?
Female.
Yes. And what is this place where you are?
Castle.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Keep going. What happens next? Notice where the fire is coming from.
It's blocking me in the window.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And before I know it, it's just smoke everywhere.
Yes. So what do you do now?
So I get on the ground
Mm-hmm.
and I try to crawl out.
Yes. Yes. Keep going.
But every time I think I've found a way out, there's just fire.
Yes. So I want you to notice how all of this fire is affecting your body. I want you to feel your skin. What does it feel like to be in a situation where there's fire and smoke? What is your skin feeling?
It's itchy from all the chemicals.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And notice as you breathe, what does your lungs feel like when you breathe all of this chemicals?
Lots of smoke.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's
Notice
hard
what
to breathe.
it's hard to breathe. So when it's hard to breathe, what do you do?
Just trying not to breathe.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And when you're having a hard time breathing and you're not trying to breathe, notice how it's affecting your heart. What's your heart doing now?
It's pounding.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And when your heart is pounding and you can't breathe, notice how your circulation is affecting your body now and your mind. What's it doing to your mind?
Yeah, I'm not thinking very clearly.
Mm-hmm. And when you can't think very clearly, how does that affect how you're functioning, how this body is functioning?
Bad decisions.
Very good. So I want you to get to the point in which this smoke has overtaken your body. And I want you to notice the last thing that this brain thinks about before it dies.
The sun.
Mm-hmm. What do you say? What are you saying to yourself?
I just think about the sun.
Okay, very good. So I want you to notice as this is happening to your body, where is your soul during this whole time?
Watching.
Watching. Very good. And as you're watching this body die, what is your soul thinking?
You could have done it better.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So, what I want you to do now is I want you to talk to that part of your soul that experienced this. And I want you to bring her back and take her out of that space. Go ahead and talk to her. What do you need to tell your soul in order to leave that experience where she made bad decisions?
Well, those were her lessons to learn, but those aren't my lessons to learn.
Very good.
Those are just we're different.
Very good. So I want you to take that soul and let's take her into the light. Bring her back into the light.
Okay.
And now that you're in the light, I want you to just find the color that represents healing for your soul.
Purple.
Beautiful. So I'm going to strike the tuning fork for purple. And I want you to breathe in that purple. Envelop yourself in that purple. And understand that that lifetime no longer affects you with the death of that body. That experience is over. That now you can breathe. And now let's take care of this body. Now let's pick a color to represent healing for your lungs. What color would that be?
Pink.
Beautiful. Let's pick beautiful pink. And bring in that pink into your body now. And begin to breathe. And as you breathe it in, take it into all of your extremities. Healing your hands. Healing your feet. No longer connected with that lifetime. No longer associating with the changes of the seasons, with smoke, with chemicals. Only breathing in clear air, clear decisions. And now tell me how this body feels.
Feels good.
Feels good. Very good. So do you feel that we are now complete?
Yes.
Very good. 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Thanks.
What a ride.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah. It does make sense.
Some interesting things there, huh? Couple of energies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Takes a while to really understand it, because we
Yeah.
do so much. But we noticed that we had in your feet should feel much different now. You had Brad, who was a soldier, who was blown up.
Yeah.
You had Sarah, who was stabbed and she was hungry all the time.
Yeah. She's a homeless girl.
Yep. Does that make sense?
Yeah. She just didn't have a family. So,
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Yep. So how long do you think this was? Was it quick for you?
Um, well, yeah, I'd probably say hour and a half.
Yeah, we're on 1:48 right now.
Okay. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, you went a lot of places. So
I
for someone who has never been hypnotized, how was this for you?
It was good. Um, I had it was interesting. The images I had some images and they came and went, and you just go with it.
Yep, that's how it is.
So I got some imagery, but not all the time.
It's okay. It's just a knowing.
Yeah,
So now that you've experienced this, is this something you want to do?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You got a lot of the experiences that you're going to be learning in class. What we did today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
Not
excited.
exactly. Not exactly. I use tuning forks. They're not necessary at all, but I just enjoy I just enjoy the vibrations of it. So that's just me. But everything
Yeah.
else that we did a lot of different things that you'll be learning in class.
Yeah. I'm excited.
So, do you want to share any of this or you want to keep it private? What do you think?
I think I can share it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't see anything that can't be shared.
All right, so if we're going to be posting this, I'm just going to tell everybody thank you for watching.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, and if you want a session with me, just go to my website, albaweinman.com. Sign up for my newsletter. It comes out about once a month. And just like Katie did, you get in there and click on that link really fast to the calendar, and that's how you get a session with me. I also have gatherings that I do about once a month and some frequency sessions where you'll be able to balance all of your chakras with scalar waves and tuning forks. So again, much love to everyone. Thank you, Katie, for allowing this to come up. I know other people will appreciate it. And until the next time,
Thanks, Alba. You're the best.
bye bye.